Okay. Hello. How are you doing today? It's okay. I know you can't actually answer me. Anyway, I have a deck for you today. And wouldn't you know it? Holy crap, have I been having fun playing it? Yeah, a lot. It's not, it does not have a positive win percentage. I'm at like 44% with it, which is kind of frustrating when the deck is so fun to play. So it's like, F it, let's do a deck and some gameplay anyway. Because it's so fun, and sometimes Magic isn't always about just win, 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 try to win really hard. Sometimes you're more attracted to a fun strategy. For me, uh, I've had a lot of success with Hidden Stockpile in the Modern, in my black white tokens deck. Yes, it's been very good to me in the past, for sure. And it's also been very good in this deck. Uh, Actually, I need to go back a little bit further. So the reason this is Teysa with a question mark is because I wasn't sure if this was going to be good. I've I like aristocrat strategies. They're very fun. It feels like you kind of get your opponent stuck between a rock and a hard place, and whatever decisions they make are bad for them. Sometimes it works that way. Anyway, I've made several decks since Teysa has been a card that were aristocrat style decks that she could fit into. And I built a deck, and as I'm going along, I'm like, oh, Teysa could go in here, so I put her in there, and I play her in the deck, and I'm like, I don't like her in the deck, and it seems strange to me. So I ran across another player playing Teysa. And they weren't doing this. They had some. I think we had some overlapping cards, but I was like, you know what? Maybe I need to go about it the other way. Maybe I need to make a Teysa deck instead of trying to make a deck and add Teysa. Maybe start with Teysa. I put 4 Teysas at the start, and I was like, okay, now what can we do here? And I built from there. And this deck is really fun. Did I say it was really fun? So that's why I built the deck, and she doubles death triggers. That's really cool. The creature tokens you control have vigilance and lifelink is also cool. There aren't many token makers in the deck. There's the Bastion of Remembrance and the Hidden Stockpile. And when Alanda dies, you get some tokens. But not very many token makers. But it doesn't matter because it's the other side that you're really after. Oh yeah, Ethereal Absolution can make tokens too, right? So can Liliana. Okay, never mind. There are actually a few token makers, but that's not the point of the deck. It's not a tokens deck. It just happens to make some tokens. It's a death triggers deck. So Serrated Scorpion has a death trigger. The Blood Artist and Cruel Celebrant have death triggers. The Bastion of Remembrance. This is like a trio. All 12 of these cards do the same thing almost. Bastion of Remembrance and Cruel Celebrant do the same thing, and Blood Artist does it the same but for all creatures. Um, Draining a lot of life there. So when you're doubling that, you can get 3 or 4 creatures out, like a Serrated Scorpion, a couple Blood Artists, and a Teysa, and maybe a Bastion of Remembrance. And then your opponent has a couple creatures. Then you Kaya's Wrath, and you just kill everything at the same time, and all of these triggers go on the stack, and all of the death triggers are doubled by Teysa, and you just win on the spot. It's pretty fun. There is only 2 Wrath in here. Maybe that's not enough. Uh, but I have found that there are all sorts of situations you get into where you're playing against a player that is playing green and they're like, oh ha ha, I attack with my Gigantosaur. And you're like, hey, I block your Gigantosaur with my whole army and they die at the same time and then you die. And it's really funny. And and then you play another game and they attack with that crazy thing that makes all your creatures block it. The 10, I think it's a 10 power creature too. Oh man, I wish I could have shown you these games already, but we're gonna show you some games today. On top of this package here, which is sort of extended with Serrated Scorpion, we also can force our creatures to die by sacrificing them to Hidden Stockpile, which will give us a Scry, and also at the end of the turn, because we lost a permanent, we get a replacement token creature. If we have multiple Hidden Stockpiles on the battlefield, we can sack one creature, or even lose one in combat during our turn, and at the end of turn get multiple tokens to replace it. That's pretty good strategy right there. And then we got Yahenni. I might have put a third Yahenni in here, but I'm kind of rare poor at the moment, and I don't know if the deck needs a third one, but probably not a fourth. Plaguecrafter is also a way to increase sacks. I originally had put that cleric in that is newer, but it turns out that it has one less power and doesn't have if the player doesn't have a planeswalker or a creature, they discard a card clause. So I was like, okay, Plaguecrafter is definitely the better of those two creatures. Midnight Reaper, this card gets played a lot, or like at least it was while Ravnica was in Standard, but I've never really had much success with it. I find that I get myself into situations where I've hooped the pooch or whatever you say, and then I lose a bunch of creatures at the same time and it kills me. I feel like that life loss is really very much mitigated by all of the life drain effects that I have in the deck. And then Alanda was kind of an afterthought. I don't know if she's actually very good in the deck. It is only a one of. There has been at least one game where she was epic, and it makes me want to have more games like that so that I can justify having her in the deck. Ethereal Absolution, pretty obvious. Make all your dudes bigger, make all their dudes smaller. All of their one toughness creatures don't stay on the battlefield, they just go away. You're probably going to be lots of creatures dying. This also helps you add your body count back to the battlefield. Liliana, get your opponent sacrifice creatures, get you sacrifice creatures, add tokens to the battlefield. Yeah, pretty great stuff right here. If you're gonna make a land base for this deck, you can't not have Place of the Fabled Passage, I think, just because that is a different sack trigger that isn't, you don't have to lose a creature for Hidden Stockpile to trigger the Revolt, right? Yes, because you lost a permanent, which would be the Fabled Passage. Yeah. Okay, so I hope that you understand how this works. Now, to help you understand it even more, let's go play some games. Check me out now, I'm on the outside, and if you're inside, have dog 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think this hand's garbage, let's keep it. I don't think it's really garbage. I like a hand with 4 lands, cause sometimes I get mana hoop-de-doo. All my guys come into play typed. That's okay. How about you? So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna start with Hidden Stockpile, so that on my turn I can cast not cast, sorry, you don't cast lands. I'm gonna play the Fabled Passage, so that I can get my sack trigger, and I'll also be able to cast my cool Celebrant. And play right into my opponent's hand. Because they want me to test creatures. Oh, look at that, double life gain. Ooh. I'm a little scared. Okay. Get my sack trigger. I think I want another white at the moment. Because you wanna be a 2 white and 2 black ASAP, so that if you draw Kaya's Wrath and you need to hit the eject button, you can. I don't know. Oh yeah, look at all the life gain. You're so good at the magics. I don't think we're gonna win this one. So we're going for another black, I guess. I think I'm gonna go Elenda. Oh, that's just so great. I kind of already feel like scooping. Yeah. No, we're not gonna attack. Having a steady flow of creatures is nice. Because we're gonna have to start blocking soon. Yeah, we're not winning this. We're gonna give them the sad boring. No point wasting everybody's time watching that play out. So, we go on to a new game. A much more exciting game. Yes, that's what will happen. You better hurry up, I've got people waiting. You tell me that we're waiting for you, and now I've got people waiting. Come on. There we go, that's how we like it. Griffith? Like Janet Griffith? I'm not sure I know who that is, the name just comes to mind. There we go. Oh, this hand is slow because of land. I think we still keep it. So we go. No point in holding on to it, I think. We sack it, we're grabbing black. Generally, strategically, you want to save your fetch until your opponent's end step. I prefer to just pull the trigger because it makes for less clicks on both sides. That's not very strategic of me. Hey look, my opponent's playing the same deck as me, but they added red. How fun. Oh look, all the same cards as me. Yay. Let's go. Okay, so I'm going to get Yahenni down right away. Then if my opponent board wipes, I can sack a Serrated Scorpion to give Yahenni, what's it called, indestructible. Or, if I get another black mana, or another white mana, I think either. I can play Kaya's Wrath next turn, sacking Serrated Scorpion first to protect Yahenni, and then we'll be laughing. Sure, my turn. Let's see what happens. Oh, look, it's another white mana. So do I want to do that, though? Because they're going to drain me 2 times for each one of their creatures and 1 time for each of mine. So that's 6. And then another 3 is 9. So I'll lose 9. And then I'll gain 4 and lose 4. Plus gain another 2 life. Because, no, only 1. Huh. So do I... Yeah, no, I think I actually keep building my board. Okay, let's try that. Getting a little bit ahead on life with the attacks is probably not the worst thing either. Great, now I lose 3 life for each one of their 4 creatures. This isn't very good. Oh, this isn't going well. Okay, so Yahenni goes up every time one of their creatures dies. I love it. Let's throw a Plaguecrafter into the mix. We're gonna sack a Serrated Scorpion. This will put them down to only 2 triggers per creature death, which makes it hurt less on our end. Yep. Oh, this is getting really painful. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead, attack. Put them back down to our life total. Oh, this is so risky. Okay, we're gonna get the creature. So I'm pretty sure what we want to do this next turn is we're going to sack probably Serrated Scorpion to Yahenni, give Yahenni indestructible till end of turn. Oh, ooh, this could be really bad. Oh crap, they're gonna get their 3rd trigger back. Oh, we might survive. It's getting risky, Oh, yeah, my turn. Don't have 6 mana. Okay, so we're gonna go like this. We're gonna sack Serrated Scorpion. Then we're gonna Kaya's Wrath. Oh, am I just dead? 18 triggers! Ah! Oh, nice. I didn't die. By the way, Yahenni with an active hidden stockpile going. Oh, dang. Ooh, rough sauce. So yep. Oh yeah, that's not bad. I was gonna say we're going for lands, but another hidden stockpile isn't terrible. We want to try to keep it. Oh, look at that beauty! Didn't want to play anymore. You're at 18 life. I'm at 2. Yeah, that's not like a. They must have had something they had to do. Wanted to get out of there. Needed to go babysit or something. That's okay. The aristocrat mirror match is not the most fun. For such a fun deck, the mirror match is definitely not very fun. It's very tedious and cause a lot of brain hurt because you have to think so hard and magic's already so hard, you know, very, very hard. So hard. Sun Tizu. Yes. Okay, you ready for this? We actually have good lands. We got the 2 that we need to cast this and this. And if we need to cast this, we can always play this as a land. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, also I get to go first. You better alert the authorities. Something about the world is different. I get to go first. And the hand's not terrible. First winning. Here we go. Are you ready? Don't you know? There's that 3rd land we're hoping for. I don't know if you can hear that smashing sound in the background of my household. That's me hitting the spacebar. I'm trying to make it go faster. I don't have one of those cool fancy keyboards that all the keyboard warriors are using. I think that's how you say that. Well, let's get this down. Then we don't need to pay life for our land, because the plan right there was to do Bastion of Remembrance. But then Cruel Celebrant came along just in the nick of time. The mana curve. Although that's not mana curving, that's playing a second tutor. I don't know how. How does this game work? Wow, that's annoying. I mean, I guess their opponent's gonna do something, right? You should expect that. Should expect that all the time. Should expect that all the time. I'm gonna pay the 2 life, because I'm gonna get it back anyway. We're gonna throw some creatures down at the opponent. We're going to sack our Scorpion after combat. So that we can scry. We don't need more lands at the moment. And we get another piece of cannon fodder. I have been noticing myself sacking the tokens over the Serrated Scorpion. I don't think it matters really that I keep the Scorpion. The only reason I do that is because it has 1 more toughness and it's gonna die eventually anyway. I'm kind of trying to break that habit just because, like, I don't know, the sooner they lose a life the better. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the chance of having Teysa on the field when the Scorpion is there is worth sacking the tokens first. Hard to say. That's super annoying. Okay, I'm gonna keep this swamp on top because I want to cast Agadeem's Awakening for 2 next turn, so that I can get both my creatures out of the graveyard onto the battlefield. This card's pretty freaking cool, actually. I could see it works really well in this deck. I could see it being amazing in a deck that was built around it. Oh, that's balls. Okay, you're gonna attack me. Bonk. Are you going to attack me, punk? Punk. Oops. Pass the blockers. Now, am I gonna block? Okay, I'm gonna block. And then I'm gonna sack. I don't think I want to land on top anymore. I think it always makes sense to sack a creature on your turn, because then you get one, because you're gonna get one back from your turn. Oh, nice. So in that sense, I think on their end step, we're gonna sack this guy, regardless of what they do, or this guy, whichever one, so that on our turn we can sacrifice another guy. This is kind of the rock and the hard place, because if they were the board wipe right now, they would die. If they... Yeah, what are they gonna do? So he's gonna attack with the lifelink creature, which makes sense until you think it all the way through. So I'm gonna pass the blockers here. I'm gonna throw the servo in the way of the murderous rider. So that creature is now blocked. But then I sack... Oh, what's this? Target creature, well... Oh, can I still win? Frick. I at least negate the life gain. And that's kind of the biggest part right here, is to negate that life gain. Yes, we're totally leaving that on top. Why are we having a good game? Why do you think this game is good? Aren't you losing? Never mind, I'm silly and can't do math. Turns out that they decided to kill my blood artist, so I sacked the creature in response, which means I won. Yes. Aristocrats isn't hard to play at all. I definitely think you should try it. It's very fun. You might not win all the time. It's very fun. Definitely try this. We're gonna go over the. We're gonna go take another look at the deck real quick. We're almost at the right spot. I hope you guys and other non-guys had fun watching my show, watching me fumble around through the internet, and checked out my deck a little bit. This deck actually inspired me to build another deck, which will probably be my next deck. It's similar, but it has gouds. Yeah, wait, check that one out too, okay? Yeah, should be fun. So I hope you saw how the deck works, right? You get all these effects, the drain effects out, and then you get creatures that want to die, and creatures that make creatures die, and creatures that benefit from creatures dying, and then creatures that double it. Yes, very fun. Get some creatures back, maybe. Get some recurring tokens. Oh, hidden stockpile is so beautiful. Hidden stockpile beside a Yahenni, so good, so good. With the hidden stockpile out, it's very easy to keep a token on the battlefield, and then it doesn't matter how many times I try to kill Yahenni, you just sack a servo. These cards were standard legal at the same time, and I played both of them, but I don't ever remember having them on the field at the same time. They're really beautiful. It's a great combination of cards. It's not a combo, but holy crap, do they like each other. Yeah, lots of fun this deck. You could definitely check it out. I want to thank you for coming down here, all the way down from wherever it is you came from, to check out my show and my deck tech here and my gameplay. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, because I know that I did. I don't think I swore once. Maybe I did. I'm not going to check. If there's anything else that you think could be done to make this deck better, don't hesitate to let me know in the comments. Don't be a shithead in the comments, and be nice to each other. And I'm trying to respond to all your comments. You know, it's very daunting. I try to get to everyone, but main thing, just like and subscribe to my videos, to my channel. I'm trying to make this work. Oh, one more thing. I love you.